leader's got to do the moving, you know.
So she led you?
Yeah, I was a little bit of a little stinker, you know. She'd get me out on the floor and away we go with the 5 Mile House. And
how old were you when she was leading you?
Oh, I suppose, I don't think I was over 10.
Really?
I was even that. I don't know, I was running around the dances at 13.
She was a good teacher of dancing, I'd say, huh?
Oh yeah, she was a good, she danced, she was born a dancer.
How did she learn to dance so well?
I have no idea. Maybe mom and dad, they danced all their life. You know, they danced
She
a
learned
lot.
to dance at the same
We used to
place,
go
she
with
said.
them to the Uwana, and then we'd be too small to dance, but I remember sleeping on the plank. They had around the floor, there was these things, you know, and where you sit, wasn't like it is today because there was just seating room around, and you sit down there, and we'd go to sleep on the thing. I remember sleeping lots of times at dances.
Do you think her dad or somebody moved her, led her around first? That she got so
I would guess the dad. Yeah, I have no idea how long you were. Rita learned me, so that's all I know.
What year were you born? 1918?
1918.
So this is a big year for you.
This
Oh
coming year.
my God! November.
90.
November. November 23rd.
He and Jean Marie. They're on the same day?
Oh,
I
really?
think Mary's Jean Marie is on your birthday.
Oh, is that right?
23rd, I think. What's your birthday?
23rd.
Yeah?
23rd of November?
Yep.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, we had a lot
This will be a big year.
A lot of dancing.
We done a
Let's
lot
see,
of
so you
dancing
were
up in this hall.
1918. Jerry was 1928.
Oh Lord, the first time I brought Rita and her crew was down here.
Right. What's
up here. This hall right up here where they had the picnics. The same building, the same floor. That was built in 1935. I think it was 30, what was about 30 something, 35. The year it was built, the year we brought her down. Yeah, that was the year. She asked Dad if I could drive the car down, and he said, yeah, we took cross country, you could drive. You know, today you wouldn't dare do things we did them days because there was no cops, there was nobody bothering you to drive. They were all dirt and gravel roads. Nobody around, no cops, nobody around. No. It was, back in them days, it was more fun than it is today.
Yeah.
I think they have fun today, but we had a lot of fun.
Arnie, tell about the time you went to a dance and then somehow you got on top of the liquor store.
I got what?
Did you get on top of a liquor store one
You
day?
went inside
You
a
went
liquor store.
inside a liquor store? Or you
Was that
went
Lloyd
inside,
and
that was
Jerry?
Lloyd and Jerry? Was that Lloyd and Jerry?
Jerry and Lloyd.
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
me.
Jerry and
Oh,
Lloyd tell that
No.
story, yeah.
There was no liquor stores when I started.
So
It was
where-
bootlegging. Right up here,
Oh, that's
right
right.
up here, the old building is still there, and they made a house out of it right up here on the street. As you go up this street and go down, and just across from the church and that cemetery, many a half pint and a pint of whiskey I bought out of that whole house. And then cut across down to the dance hall. There was no houses or nothing. That was all weeds, and just cut right across and down there. Yeah, there was nothing there then.
So you could bring your own bottle in?
Oh yeah, yeah. But Defiance was a town there. You better keep your mouth shut or you get in a fight.
Oh.
They love to fight down here. Early.
That's why they call it Defiance.
Oh. Many a fight out here.
You're probably right.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of dances them days, though. If you went to a dance, you better keep your mouth shut or stay dancing. Or if you went outside, there was somebody looking for you to take care of everything. You had any trouble out there. Yeah.
My dad used to tell us to look behind both rear tires just in case somebody had a beer bottle. And he said, check both sides of the car.
Wow.
Yeah, your dad would know Defiance better than me because he played around here for many years. I knew him here before he ever married your mother. Yeah. Yeah. But
Did you know Dad too before you married Mom?
I knew him, but not real well. I knew of him. I knew him and his dad, Jim. They used to come to town all the time. But we hadn't. See, we came in '38, but we didn't know too much about Manila. because we didn't come here only just to have meals down at Powers' lived, Tom Powers, Liz, the aunt lived here in town at that time. And we used to come there to eat, but we used to walk right past where we are many a time uptown to the old candy kitchen that's still uptown there.
Yeah.
We used to walk up there, there was nothing but candy and old Tommy Barlamus.
Now it's a bar, right?
And now it's a bar, and been that for years, and it was absolutely nothing but candy.
Yeah.
He was a Greek
Counters.
that came in and they called it the Candy Kitchen, and it's been the Candy Kitchen since we came to Manila in the early 30s.
Oh, I
And
wondered
it's still
how
the
it got
Candy
its
Kitchen.
name.
But it's a beer parlor, and it's one of the best. I wish I owned it. That's what's keeping our store going. The people that own the store,
Oh, Tiny's?
Tiny owns and his family, they own the beer parlor. And that is just packed pretty near every night of the week with, he's got the business.
Really?
They go in there and pickups no end, you know. And, yeah, yeah, that's the place to go. And she's great promoter. She does a lot of promoting. They have it fenced off, now that board fence that's there. Back of that, they pitch horseshoes. They have contests and pitching horseshoes.
I like 15.
You know, that's what keeps things going. You gotta get the people involved, and she does it. She gets it done. That's Tiny's daughter.
Now I noticed Frank and Rita had a wedding picture, and the best man was a guy named Pete McGinn. So did you
Yeah,
know
Pete McGinn. You
Huh?
know Pete McGinn? He's asking if you knew Pete McGinn.
Pete.
The one that stood over there.
I knew Pete before I knew Frank.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's in the wedding picture, so he was
Yeah.
the best man.
What kind of guy was he?
Oh. About like all the rest of us.
Wild Irishman.
Had a
He
good time.
loved his beer and had a good time.
His daughter was
Mary was there last
there today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, Mary's a
Pete
doll.
McGinn's daughter, or
That's right.
last
She lives
night,
right up
maybe
there.
last night.
Oh,
She lives she lives up here a couple blocks, down this corner, and then up to the end of the street. She lives on
she
that
lives in
side.
Defiance.
She married John Wells. His wife died, and then she married John. Yeah. She never was married before.
oh.
She's been with Iowa Beef, and now she's with Tyson. She's been there for the beginning of time. I think she goes back to probably, well, she was there in the middle 60s as a bookkeeper. And she's still there.
Really? Wow.
So the
She
streets
was there when I was in
Could be me.
Comstock sold out in 67, and she was working there at that time, as I recall.
Is that right?
I'm not sure of that, but I think she was.
This?
about this Pete McGinn, there's a guy, I belong to this Irish club, and so there's an older guy, Pete McGinn, and he was named after this Pete McGinn. That was his uncle. So this is, I'm hanging around his nephew, and they're down in Council Bluffs.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's a big law firm down in Council Bluffs. There's 3 or 4 lawyers of the McGinns. So it's a very successful.
again, boys, it's quite a movie.
Picture of this group, I guess.
Yeah, Peter, he lived up there just across the road from Donna Reed.
Yeah, this picture.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, his uncle and him lived there in a batched in a house just across the
Just the
road
road?
from Donna Reed's folks. Back in yeah.
Isn't that where our Uncle Joe had a place up there too?
Yeah, he had it south of there,
South of there.
just south of there. Yeah. He had 80 acres in there.
On that
On
ridge
that Donna
road,
Reed
Denison.
Road.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know
80
that.
acres,
Sure.
yeah.
There's a couple of.
See, Donna Reed was in
postscripts
school, a good pal of
There's a couple of what?
There's a couple of
Plux's sister Marge.
Steel sheds.
Oh,
Right on
They
the
were in
corner.
school
I
together in
recognized
Denison.
that last night.
Yeah. They run around together.
He had an
Donna
aunt?
Reed.
we
and
went
Marge.
by
He had
Flex's
land.
sister's house today in Carroll. Did we?
Whose house?
Lost in the
Did we
water.
go by
Was
Flex?
Marie or
We
something
went,
who lived
we
in
went by
that?
Flex's sister's house in Carroll today.
Oh, Kay's?
Case, yeah,
Yeah.
case.
Yeah,
It's a yellow one.
Joe took
Yeah.
us there. Yeah,
Actually, it's white now.
it's a white now.
No. And then they changed it to last week.
No, that's what Joe said. He said it was.
Oh, they painted the house, yeah,
Yeah.
he did say it.
Oh, he did say they painted it this week?
Because it's yellow.
That happened to
Oh,
me.
Joe would probably.
That happened to me in Shayla. I understand.
He said that. He
Maybe
said.
10 days ago, we were over there, the foot doctor and the eye doctor just a week before last.
Well, he did say when the house that we went
He was
by,
surprised. He said it was.
the house we went by, I don't know if it was the same one that you're talking about. He said,
Yeah,
oh,
it's the
look, they
same
painted it white.
Just take my car.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, that'll look different because that's been yellow since they bought it.
Yeah.
A yellow bottom and white top. It has the
white now.
things on top. Kay didn't say a word. She was over the other night, yesterday. She was over yesterday.
Here?
I thought it was a different house.
I see
That's
what
not bad. But we did see Lexi's sister's house, and we did see a house that he remarked, oh, look, they painted it.
Yeah.
But I can't remember if it's the
I
same
thought it was
one.
the same house. Maybe
Could
it
be,
wasn't.
could be, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to that detail.
Till Wednesday.
You better not. You better not.
I bet that's what that first photo looked like though, as I'm bending down.
What the hell's he
Sure,
been,
it's crap. What are you doing?
what's he been doing? Putting that, he putting that on all the time?
He was taking a movie. He
Shed
was,
or something.
What's he doing there? You putting that on that computer?
Well, I'm fiddling with my computer.
well,
Yeah,
he
I got you on
played with
Is
video.
that what that thing is for there?
I've been taking video of you the whole time you've been talking.
Arnie,
I'll really work him over.
can you tell me a favorite story about Mom? One of your most favorite stories about Mom?
My mom?
Our mom.
Oh, God.
Rita.
Oh, that'd be hard to tell.
How did Frank and Rita meet?
I don't know.
You know how they
Did
met?
they met at a dance or what?
No, no, I have no idea about that.
I think it was the fair.
No, the fair.
No, I have no idea.
They met at a fair. It was in somebody's book.
Yeah.
They did. They met at the church fair.
A church
That
fair.
could be, I know, I
Yeah,
don't
church.
know.
Aunt Marie
Aunt Marie.
and Dad and somebody else.
A friend. And a friend.
Yeah. We're wandering around at a fair and she was working a booth. And
She was going with Frank when
and Marie and
I
Mom.
really got to know Frank. I didn't know him, I knew who he was, but I did not know him real well.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew him and his dad.
They went, she wrote to Paul's daughter. They did this writing back and forth this project.
Yeah,
And she told the story about meeting with Dad, right?
Yep.
And they were at a fair. I believe was it Aunt Marie?
You want
And a
to
friend.
read it to him?
Yeah, if you can find it.
oh, Aunt Marie Healy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they met at a fair, and then Mom was working down at the Maid, right?
yeah.
And so they went back and forth. When she came home on the weekends, then she'd call out to the farm and tell them that she was in town, and then they'd get together.
Oh, sure. I remember Frank when he'd go down to the maid ride to see her, yeah.
Yep, so they dated,
Yeah.
they dated for a year.
Yeah, she had an apartment down there because Tux and I used to go down there. That's when we were married. And we used to go down and see Rita as a maid ride and then have lunch with her there and then we'd go over and spend time at the apartment until she came home. It wasn't too far from there, she could walk. Yeah. Of course, the building and everything where that is all gone. There's nothing there that was there at that time.
I don't know where that is.
That was right on the main drag, right on Broadway going down Council Bluffs. This is you come in on the east end of town.
Mary and Steve would know more about where that
I
Or
doubt
would
it,
they?
I
Is
would
it
doubt it,
gone by
I would doubt it. That building's been gone for, and it was a little, about a half a block off of the drag, but they had a big sign, this maid ride, and he was the original of the maid ride. People keep working for him. They were nice to Rita, they were good people, they were nice people, very nice.
So is that where you get the 50-cent pieces after she was working there, or was that before then?
Oh, no, I got that long before that. That started when we used to keep, after we got the 50-cent pieces, we were on our own. And then when she was working in Council Bluffs, well, that was a little different. That's when she was working in
Can I read it to him?
post office in
See if I can
Dale.
read it. You want to read it, Donnie? You got to
It's from the, on the